and welcome back. It's been a while since I've done anything straight to camera like this. I've been quite busy, so I've not had a chance to do much really. It's been a long time, and it's been a shame, to be honest. I've done a few like little best of collection videos, and they seem to have gone down okay. But I'm back today. I've got time now to do more videos like this one about the collection of cartoons. So today we're going to get back on it with a look at the fabulous edition of Defenders of the Earth. Great show, one I remember really fondly. This in the UK was a after school show that came on the BBC, on Children's BBC. It was based around the Marvel franchise, Marvel Productions, of comic books around Flash Gordon, the Phantom, Lothar and Mandrake the Magician. Really good show, very well animated. Another one that had a catchy intro tune, which most people will remember. And an all-round good show. And Fabulous have done a really nice thing with this box set. This is the complete series. So this first aired in 1986 and ran till 1987, so it ran for just over a year. There's 65 episodes. Each episode's 30 minutes long, so it's a good show. It lasted for a good while, and the stories and plots that ran with this were really good as well. The thing was, it was a show that was made up of three characters that everyone would have known from other stories and films and things like that. So you have Flash Gordon in this one, and Flash Gordon's son, he was called Rick. And then you had the Phantom, and you had his daughter Jeddah, and then you had Mandrake and his son Kashin. And then you had poor old Lothar, who really doesn't get enough mention in this for what he does, and he's a pivotal character really in it. So you had Lothar and his son LJ, and it was one of those shows like other shows where main characters had their children involved with them, a bit like in Mask with Matt Tracker. Flash Gordon in this one is just noted as a intergalactic hero, and the basic story starts off with him in this, and then you've got the Phantom, who has the strength of the jungle animals. So if you remember him, he's got the power of 10 tigers and all that kind of thing. And then you had Lothar, really, and in this he's like just a hired muscle. He was Mandrake's assistant in this, and he's just like the hired muscle and hard-fisted kind of guy. And then you had his son LJ, who again was I felt a little bit sorry for, because unlike Rick, who was Flash Gordon's son, who was a computer genius, and then Jeddah, who was the Phantom's daughter, and she had telekinetic powers and could talk to animals and things like that. Poor old LJ's special power was he was just streetwise. You know what I mean? Which is nothing in comparison. And then you had Mandrake, who was the magician and the illusionist, and probably really the most powerful character in this universe. And his son Kashin, who was a martial arts apprentice. And they all those kids sort of got into trouble. And the sort of parents had to come and help them out. The bad guy in this one was Ming the Merciless. People know Ming the Merciless from the Flash Gordon film. But again, it's a really nice presented box set, this one. That's the back. And again, if you know me, you'll like the way this is presented. Presented on swing trays like that. So this is a 7-disc set. So all the discs are exactly the same. There's no difference in the artwork on the discs. They're all same, but I like it how they're on the swing trays. It sets itself up quite nicely, and the back one's clipped into the case like that. With this set as well, there's a complete collector's booklet, which is really nice. You don't always get booklets in these cartoons, but the company that put this one out, Fabulous, they do some really good work. It's a shame that the company like this didn't get a lot of the earlier stuff that came out, because they'd have probably done a better presentation with a lot of that stuff. Fabulous also put out a lot of 80s, early 90s films onto Blu-ray, and they've done some really good restorations and job on those. And they are all, the Blu-rays that they put out generally really cheap, between £7 and £9. So that's good. So yeah, so it sort of shows you what's on each disc. So from disc one, it breaks the individual episodes down, a bit of a synopsis on them all, and then you further get on into it. It just tells you about each individual character, I think, as you get to the back. Oh no, it doesn't. It's just complete a complete guide to each episode, and a breakdown synopsis for each episode, which is nice. Like I say, you don't always get those. I think because what they've not done on this one, normally these kind of box set would have got it printed on the reverse inside and the back side of them, but this one they put a little booklet out with it, which is nice. These have been released before. The biggest problem with the previous releases was that each sort of 6 episodes, maybe 9 episodes, got their own disc, and then it was very sporadic how it was put out. And then I think they give up sort of halfway through, so you can't get the full complete 65 episodes on single edition releases. You might be like halfway through. You might be lucky if you can get 30 episodes overall. It first started off like that. Defenders of the Story So Far. This one was put out by Hollywood DVD in 2003. So you're probably looking around that time when a lot of these single releases of Defenders of the Earth were being put out, and these are really cheap now. If you can find these, 50p to £1, they're never any more than that. And again, this all look like that on the inside. There's nothing wrong with them. The quality is okay on them. The quality isn't as good as what it is on this Fabulous release, but it's there. If you can't find this, then I would say if you want to get started, then these are a bit of an alternative. It does give you something into the collection. These are a lot easier to find than this is. If you're currently looking to add this to your collection, I would say do it. It is a really nice release, and like I said before, Fabulous have done a nice job on the restoration on these. Currently, if you can find this, it's around the £20 mark second hand at the moment. It'll go for more on eBay, as things always do. Nostalgia taxes on eBay just take the piss a little bit. CEX is probably the only place at the moment to pick this up for the right kind of money. A couple of weeks back, this was down to, I think, about £16. But in the last couple of weeks, it's gone up, and it's gone up to 20. Now, what I've took notice of with CEX recently, I don't know if they found there's more of a high demand for this kind of thing in the 80s nostalgia cartoons, especially these complete box sets, but the prices are slowly creeping up. Prime example is one that we'll talk around in the next couple of weeks, but is the full complete Count Duckula collection. That thing's gone up to £50 now, which, I mean, originally it was about 38, and 38 was a bit pricey, but that shot to 50 CEX, and I think for the simple reason being is it's hard to get hold of now, and it's going for even more money on eBay. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for this collection, it's a nice one to add into your library. It's a show I remember fondly. It always seemed it had a little bit more sort of an adult theme to it than some other shows, and it always sort of, even though Ming the Merciless was from Mongo, another planet, and he was trying to take Earth's resources back to Mongo because Mongo's run out of them, if you remember from the original Flash Gordon film. This talked about sort of ecological things and science things, and it always had that. It never tried to talk down to kids. It always put things in its place, and I think that was a thing to do with Marvel as well. The other one with this is the theme tune to it was actually written. The lyrics were written by Stan Lee of Marvel fame, which is a nice little add to this series. But all in all, it's a good collection. One that I would highly recommend that you added to your library if you was fond of this show, because it is a nice set. Just a quick mention about the channel. We are doing extremely well at the moment. I don't know what's happened over the last 10 days to 2 weeks, but we've just sort of exploded. I think I've gained nearly 50 extra subscribers in 2 weeks, which is probably more than we've done in just over 12 months, which is fantastic. Some of the sort of film montages that I put together, some of my favourite films from different film companies from the 80s to 89 stuff that I've done, especially the Canon stuff that I did not long back, the videos for those, they've just exploded, and we seem to have gained a lot of subscribers off those, which are brilliant, which then gets people looking at the channel and looking at this kind of stuff, and I think that sets nostalgia bells ringing, and people are looking at those other videos I've done, which is quite a few up there on the channel now. So the numbers are just creeping up, and you know what I mean. I never thought when I started doing this that I could get a video that would have had 1,000 views, and I would have got over 100 subscribers onto the channel. So it's good, and I'm enjoying that people are enjoying what I'm doing at the moment, which is great, which is what it's all about. There's loads more stuff to come. I had a lot already in the collection, but I've recently added a lot more to the collection, a lot more rare things that I was trying to get hold of, and there's one title in general that we'll have a look at, which is really rare and hard to get hold of in the UK at the moment, when it goes for a lot of money, and I managed to get hold of it relatively cheap, which is always good. So yeah, so there's a lot more things coming to the channel, so come back, please give us a like, please give us a subscribe, as like I said, we've got more good things popping up. So take care, we'll see you all soon on another episode of Masters of the 80s. Well, take care, see you later, bye bye.